And I am with the Vayu Naidu storytelling company. I'm very proud to be here today to share my story with you, courtesy of the UK Telugu Association. So all I can say, only two words I know in Telugu, please forgive me. The first word is namaskaram. So I'm delighted to be here. Hopefully at the end of the day I will learn a lot more words in Telugu. It's a beautiful language and everyone is just so very talented today. Now, at the Vayu Naidu company, we need help with our storytelling. So, just to make sure that you're all still awake and that you're all listening to me, every time I say, aha, I need you all to say, oh-ho. Should we try that? Aha! Brilliant, fantastic. So every now and again I will say that just to make sure that you haven't fallen asleep. Okay, this is a very special story that I want to share with you, which was written by Dr. Vayu Naidu herself, who unfortunately couldn't be with us because she is now in Chennai. But it is the story of the storyteller who would come to the village in India and tell his stories under the banyan tree. Now those of you children who don't know what the banyan tree is, it is a tree that grows to the very, very heights and comes back down, goes into the ground and grows back up again. And it is endless. The roots are forever reaching high and going back into the soil. Now one day, the storyteller came to the village and everyone in the village was sitting under the banyan tree. All the children, all the adults, all the elders, and listening to this storyteller who told of another banyan tree nearby, which the children used to play under. And every day they would take their cows, and take their goats and graze near the forest, and they would just play under the cool shade of the banyan tree. Now, this banyan tree had a very special and extraordinary owner. It was owned by a cobra. What sound does a cobra make? And this cobra, he was angry and he was mean. And if any of the children came near him or too loud or interrupted his day, he would, as all cobras do. But the children were very clever and they knew not to go near the cobra when he was under the banyan tree. And so they left him alone and he left them alone. Every single day they would play, every single day they would take their cows out and bring them back home again. Now one day, one of their cows decided to try and eat a juicy mango which was on the mango tree next to the banyan tree of the cobra. Now this cow, he didn't really understand the rules about the cobra, so he opened his mouth and he took a big bite out of the juicy mango. The cobra was furious. How dare you bite from my mango tree? The cow said, I thought you were the owner of the banyan tree. Forgive me, I didn't realize that this was your tree as well. The cobra, because he was mean and angry and nasty, said, all these trees around here are mine. And he was so angry he went to bite at the cow. The cow was bitten by the cobra, and as he fell down, he kicked the cobra away. The children were very frightened. Oh my goodness, how do we go back and tell Mummy and Daddy that the cow has died? We are going to be in so much trouble. So they ran home to their parents. Now their parents said to them, that cobra is so mean, we don't want you to play under the banyan tree any longer. You will have to take the cows out into the dry, hot field. And there you will have to give them an exercise and find them a few bits of grass to eat and bring them back again. You are no longer allowed to go to the banyan tree. The children were very upset. The banyan tree offered them shade and lots of area to play under. but they had no choice. Now one day, as they were playing in the hot, open field, the sun was burning down onto their face. They heard some singing. It was the sweetest sound they had ever heard. Imagine all the sweetest sounds in all of the world and put them together in one song. And this song came from a holy man. A holy man walked towards them and he said, "Children, can you help me? I'm looking for a banyan tree in which to sleep under and rest before I carry on in my journey." Now the children said, "There is one banyan tree, but you must not go there, because there is a very mean and angry cobra who lives under the tree, and he killed one of our cows, and now our parents and mummies and daddies won't let us go back there anymore." This holy man said, "Children, just point me in the direction of the banyan tree. I promise you that nothing will happen to me." And they were very frightened. This was a holy man who had the sweetest voice in all of the world and sang notes from every single sweet song. And they said, "We won't see you again if we tell you which way to go." But he said, "Trust me." So the children told the holy man the way to the banyan tree, and off he journeyed. And as he arrived at the banyan tree, he saw the mean, the angry cobra. Can we all do the cobra sound? Ooh, there's lots of cobras out there today. I think I'm just going to stand over here. Okay. And the cobra said, "You there, man! What are you doing under my banyan tree?" And the holy man smiled at him and said, "Forgive me, I just wanted to rest my head. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to sing a song first." And before the cobra could stop him, the holy man started to sing. And he sang the sweetest song in all of India. And it travelled all the way down from North Audley Street to South Audley Street. It came up the stairs of the Nehru Centre and it travelled all around the room. And it was magnificent. Now the cobra, he had no choice but to sway, because it sounded so beautiful, and he swayed from side to side. After the holy man finished singing, he said, "Mr. Cobra, is there anything I can do for you?" Now the cobra was quite surprised, because nobody had ever said anything nice to him. People were scared of him. Children would run away. Even the animals were scared of him. So he said to the holy man, "Well, as a matter of fact, there is one thing. I have a terrible stomach upset. Every single day my stomach hurts and it makes me really angry." "I see," said the holy man. "Well, every time you start to feel angry, and every time you feel that your stomach starts to hurt, why don't you sing my song? I will teach it to you." And so again, the holy man sang his sweet song, the song that travelled all the way from India, down North Audley Street, down South Audley Street, and through the Nehru Centre. And again, the cobra swayed from side to side. And his stomach stopped hurting. And he didn't feel angry anymore. In fact, he felt, aha! Oh, you're all still here. Very good. And so he sang, and so he swayed, and the cobra was happy for the first time in his life. The holy man said, "I must leave now. But before I go, Cobra, can you promise me one thing?" The cobra said, "I am the happiest snake in the world. I can promise you anything." He said, "Can you please allow the children to come back? Don't bite their cows. Don't bite them. Just let them play under the banyan tree." "Of course," said the cobra. "Let them come back." And so, it took a month for the holy man to go on his travels until he came back to where the children were again. And he said to the children, you can go back and play under the glorious shade of the banyan tree. The cobra has promised to be good. And so the children came back. And they played and they had so much fun. Until, because always there's an until. A new boy came to the village with his family. Now this boy, he was big. He was like a man almost. And he was mean and tough. Not like anybody here. All the boys here are lovely. And the lovely girls as well. This boy, he walked into the forest where the banyan tree was. And he said, listen, I've heard about a cobra here. A cobra who sings. Ha! Who's ever heard of a cobra singing? I want to meet him. Now the cobra, because he was no longer angry and his stomach didn't hurt, he slid down from one of the branches and he saw the boy and he said, hello. And the boy looked at the cobra. Well, you're not very scary. And then he picked him up by his tail, he swung him around and he threw him out of the forest. All the children were so frightened, they'd never seen anything like this before, and they ran back to their mummies and daddies. Mummy, Daddy, this boy was so mean, he picked up the cobra and he threw him out of the forest. Again, they were too frightened to go back to the banyan tree. So they stayed away and they took their cows into the horrible dry field. It was 2 months before the holy man came back to visit them. Children, why are you here in this field? The sun is burning down. Why are you not playing under the banyan tree? Then the children explained what had happened to the cobra. The holy man walked back to the banyan tree. And there he sat down and he closed his eyes and he meditated. And as he meditated and contemplated the universe, he started to sing. And as he sang, the leaves rustled, the branches quivered, and slowly, 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 the cobra made his way down the branches and sat beside the holy man. After his meditation, the holy man turned and looked at the cobra. What is wrong, my friend? Why are you so sad? He said, I did what you told me to do. When I was angry, when my stomach hurt, I used to sing and everything was happy and everyone was nice to me. But then a mean boy came and he picked me up and he threw me out of the forest. Now, said the holy man, you are a snake. You are a cobra. That is your nature. That is what you must be. That is what God has made you. I am a holy man. This is what I must be. This is my nature. But just because somebody is being mean to you, you mustn't ignore them. Do what is in your nature as a cobra. Hiss! Let's hear the hissing. Come on, children, you're very quiet now. Ah, that's it. Hiss, said the holy man. Don't bite. Hiss. Don't bite. And the cobra looked at the holy man and realized that he had learnt an old lesson, but in a new way. Hiss. Don't bite. And of course, the next day the children came back to the banyan tree and everything was as it should be. Now, every time somebody came and tried to tread on the snake or tried to kill the snake, he would get up and he would hiss. Because that is his nature. But he never did bite again. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to practice my second Telugu word. Dhanyavada Mulu. Is that correct? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to meet you. My name is SAHOTA. I work for the Vayu Naidu storytelling company.